Oh, not the come. I'm about to say come through hand fan, but the yawn follow right
Oh,
afterwards.
no.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Are you saying this was a boring episode?
KaMorian, we're trying to engage with you.
We sure are.
We need you to engage with us, baby.
There we go.
We need the back and the forth, okay? My gosh, hello, and welcome to The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real entity in reality, and we can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I am your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Purr. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. I am currently drinking orange juice, but I'm drinking out this beautiful tumbler. Because I'm awesome and it told me so. So there we go. And yeah, that's what I'm drinking. If I was drinking anything else, a little bit smaller, I'd be drinking out of mine. Except mine. And I would shame KaMorian, but I can't, and I won't, and I can't, because his will be there by the end of next week.
Yeah, just got an email. It's almost there. So
it will be there by the end of next week.
I think we deserve a luncheon.
I think we do, because I feel like this would be a panel full of cup mugs if I sent it out earlier than I did, but I didn't, and it's going out next week. So we have pretty much a panel full of cup mugs, almost. KaMorian's will be here. But look, next time you see KaMorian on another recording, you'll have a cup mug. Yep. And you could be like KaMorian and get your own cup mug at LanaG'sCreations.etsy.com, where the link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically here in the U.S., so there are no excuses. And UK and the world, I'm looking at all of you. I'm looking at you. I see you. I see you out there watching. Get your cup merch. Period. Thank you.
Well, I'm David Healy, and I don't have a cute intro, but I do have a cute shirt. And I figured, in honor of episode 3 of UK versus the World, I would remember season 1 of UK versus the World, which was a very hard episode for me. My beloved Pangina did win the episode, but then she promptly sent home my beloved Jimbo. So that was a hard episode for me. And I was dreading this episode. I'm like, please do not have a repeat of this, especially with Le Grande Dame winning the first 2 episodes like Jimbo did. But I am just drinking some water.
Well, hello guys, it's your favorite Black queer content creator, KaMorian, aka Sparkling Alien, and I had nothing to drink. I just came back from a baby shower. Shout out to my mom's god sister. Congrats, like it's like your child is a boy, so congratulations. And yes, I'm so excited for my first ever UK versus the World podcast episode. I'm excited, and yes, as you can see, it says Team Filipino winner. I am Team Marina Summers. Yes, it's season 1 of Philippines, so Marada Die Girl. So I'm excited that she's on. She has been slaying so far, and I hope she wins.
Period. Well, we are here to talk about UK versus the World, episode 3. But before we do that, let's get some business things out of the way. If you're here and we see you here, we appreciate you. Subscribe to the channel. We appreciate all the support and all the subscribing and all the things that you do for us. Only helps us get better and puts us out there for everybody to find us. So please subscribe, like, comment, do all those things. Hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of our content. We put out almost all things drag related almost every single day. We got 5 drag things going on right now. 5 drag shows going on right now. So yeah, we covering it all, and we got it here for you. So go check that out. If you are a fan of reality TV, go to the Cup TV. Hit the subscribe button over there. We put out all content, almost all things reality TV, and content goes out almost every single day. So go check that out. And if you're a fan of Eurovision Song Contest, we got a channel for you there too. You can go to the Cup ESC and you could subscribe over there. All the Eurovision stuff is ramping up right now, so you don't want to miss a single thing. They got episodes coming out all the time, so go check that out. If you want to join the Tea Room, which is our membership channel, hit the join button right down below. Hit that button, join us, go to the Tea Room, and see all the exclusive content that we have your way. It's a lot of stuff coming out, a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes, and things that you might not know about us as panelists, but we're telling you all about it. So go check that out too. You can check it out on join this membership, or if you're a fan of Patreon, go join our Patreon. The link will be in the description below in our link tree. So go hit all of those buttons and get all those things and do all the follows. And yeah, we thank you, period. So here we are talking about episode 3. We're coming back into the workroom, and we're sad because Arantxa is gone.
No.
Arantxa, Lama.
Arantxa. La Mancha Castilla.
She is gone, and we are sad. La Grande Dame is not happy, and she's very sad. But Choriza is also sad because that was her bestie, and she's like, oh. But I hate it. I have to be the one going up, next to him, standing next to her. And some people didn't agree with the decision for La Grande to take out Arantxa. They felt like Choriza might have been better. What y'all think?
I mean, it's pros and cons. I mean, like I probably would take it Choriza just because she is competition, and plus I think she is a really good overall, like very like funny queen overall, because sometimes like, she has been fun, at least been like entertaining, like Ru, and just enjoy that too. Plus, I would say also as a con, like she her first look was okay, her second look that she did was amazing, but her last look, that factory, it was horrible. So she deserved to be in the bottom too. But also on the other hand, Arantxa, she's the only representing Spain, so. You ever seen me what more she could do? So I would have saved her personally. I was like, I want to see what more you can do. At least give me one more week to show, like, you know what? Like, you have something to get, like, you have something to prove, you know what I mean? But also, it's her bottom, the South by Suit, her outfits was not as good as well. So it would have been a toss-up, but I personally say Arantxa because of representation, just her being the only one representing Spain, the franchise. So personally, but honest, I would still. It would have been side either or, but I'm glad Choriza's still here. Hopefully, it's like a boost to push her up. I think, and she's still kind of representing kind of Spain in the kind of way. Mm-hmm. So I think for me, I think La Grande decision was justified. It was a reasonable decision. She didn't win the ball, and that's it. So she played. So yeah, she's playing fair. Personally, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's a tricky thing to try to take out a bigger competitor, and Choriza had been in the top the first week, so taking a shot at her week 2 would be dangerous because that kind of opens fair game on people who are doing well and winning challenges. That's I just alluded to, like Pangina cut Jimbo, and guess who got cut the very next week after she set the precedent that it's okay to take out a big competitor. Pangina went the very next week. So I think it's a tightrope balance that you got to do, because if you're going to take the shot, you should expect the shot to come right back at you.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I think also you think about it, like later, like during our Tuck Live episode, about how we're gonna vote people out. And Scarlet said, I want to take the, I think we should go out for the competition. So also it kind of shows like where your cards are, because we have. Some people's like, let's play it fair. I was like, you know what? I'm to the biggest threat out the game. So it kind of shows what your cards are. So I think La Grande, I think for me, I don't think La Grande, I think she's gonna play fair the whole time. I think she would like to be, there's nothing wrong with trying to beat the best. You want to go against the best, beat the best. So nothing wrong with that. So I think she's playing fair in that choices. So I think it was I think it wasn't being shaded into me. So I think it was justified and fair, reasonable.
So I think I agree. I think it was La Grande's decision. She decided what she wanted to do, and that's her decision. You can't really go against what somebody decide what they want to do with the win that they earned, and it was deserved. So yeah, it was deserved. I want to make sure we put that out there for you. So Scarlet made a little comment, a little like, I don't know. If I would have did that, I would have made that. Because wouldn't you want to take out the competition? I don't know. Just my personal opinion, Which got Legrand thinking like, so if she gets at the top, she might take out competition and not fairness of a performance and blah blah blah. So she didn't know if she liked that. Like she wasn't feeling that comment at all. Then we got they were asking, so who did you pick, Keta? Who did you pick? And Keta was like, somebody's gonna be mad at me, but I said Choriza. And Choriza was like, oh, understood. I mean, I guess. But in her confession, she was like, the second I get a chance to get Keta out, she is out. I was like, oh.
I do think Keta had a good reason, though, because we did see in the last episode, Arantxa let her use the patterns that help get those long sleeves. So I would have felt terrible cutting the person who just helped me out in the challenge.
Yeah, it kind of seems like shady in some kind of way. Mm-hmm. But also, you think about it, like we have, I think it's on like Marina, we have like Grande Dame, we have Keta, and then Arantxa, and I think who else? Like Conda. Like the only one, I think it's pretty much everyone else. I think only USC had 2, so it's pretty much everybody else. It's like one person representing the whole country, and then we have 4 UK queens. So also it's kind of like, you know what, like she helped me out. Plus, we need that kind of like, because it's it's too many UK girls, so we can kind of mix together kind of vibe. So it's also her thing original too, but also like so. It's kind of like hers is fair, but also kind of like shady to like Choriza go, so you would have sent me home. But I mean, her thing, you never know.
Fair. It was a fair thing. Yeah. It was like it made sense.
Yeah, it made sense.
It made sense why Keta wanted to save Arantxa over Choriza. You just helped me. I would feel like trash turning around after you helped me get to this point, and I win. To turn around and send you home. That's kind of, yeah, it didn't make any sense for that to happen. So I get it. I was kind of like, okay, Choriza, calm down. Like, relax. You, calm down. It's okay.
I mean, it is her name on there, so I can understand her feeling a certain way. And if she wants to get revenge, I think it's fair. I hope it does not happen. I hope it doesn't happen.
It's fair.
Everything is this fair in this game. It's like, because you do have that sole choice to pick who you want to pick if you happen to win. Now, if you want to get the revenge, then you better get up on top and win that, and win so you can have that choice. But it's fair. It's all good. Everybody's like, all right, let's get out of drag. So they get out of drag. We move. Next day, everybody comes into the work room, and they're all very happy, and like it's another day in the workroom. Legrand has on her Ruveal badge, and she's like, "My eyes are up here. Look up here. I'm looking down at my badge." It was cute. It was a cute moment. Ru comes in, and there's no mini challenge this week. There's no mini challenge. We're going right, just maxi challenge, write it out, because it's a big maxi challenge, actually. So there was no reason to have a mini challenge this week. Legrand, Keta, and Choriza, they all got to pick a team of 2 people. They had to pick 2 more people to be on their team. And they were going to do a drag experience. Like, they were going to give you the drag experience in drag world. And they were going to take you into the experience of being a drag queen. So they had to come up with an experience for people.
Yeah, this is an interesting challenge. I feel like we've seen some sort of similar challenges before. Like we've seen people have to make their own club. But yeah, this immersive experience is a new take on it. And I feel like that's a little general. I've been to a few immersive experience places, but they were nothing like what any of these teams did. nothing like them. But yeah, I was like, ooh, how's this gonna go? I will say, not my favorite challenge of the season so far, personally.
No.
But that's okay.
No, it wasn't my favorite challenge, but it was like, okay, let's see what they do. See how they make it work. And they broke it off into teams. So Grande Dame ended up picking
Hannah and Jombers.
Right, Hannah and Jombers, right.
Mm-hmm.
And then Keta ended up picking Tia and Marina. And Choriza ended up getting Gothy and
Scarlet.
Excuse me, Scarlet. And so those
I
are
could
the
not
teams.
believe Marina was the last one picked out of the final, like 2 people left. And Gothy was the leftover, but I was like, Marina?
I
That
mean,
late?
I don't know if people knew what Marina could do. Like, I don't think a lot of people watched Philippines like they should have watched Philippines.
She has a
So
reputation, though.
I mean, I was like Maria quite close to be alive, but also I was like, you know what? They probably didn't watch what she was doing, but also it's kind of also a good thing because you know, also it's kind of like, you know what? I had a pretty bitches wrong. Like also kind of like, you know, it's kind of like people thought like, oh, is she gonna do good? You know what I mean? So it's kind of a good thing. I feel like when she first came in, it was like, oh, Marina, oh, she's good. Like here, want to expect her to be like this sinking bitch the way she is like right now, what she's showing. So it's kind of like, but Gothy being last, it makes sense. She's only 1 episode, so we were not sure how she would have done in the challenge if she was on UK1. I don't think she would have did well on her original season if she would have made it to the comedy challenge. You know what I mean? I think at the time she was still kind of in her head and nervous and such a very what she was doing. So yeah, so it makes it, I think, was last, but definitely.
I think it was interesting. It was interesting to see how people picked people and how they decided they were gonna, you know, go with but it was fun. They went off and they made their teams and then they came up with their concepts and figured out what they were going to do. And then we had a walkthrough with Rue. And anything happened with the walkthrough that anybody want to talk about?
I mean, the thing that stood out to me the most during the walkthrough, like I said, I felt like this was so broad, but Rue was making it very clear, especially when she was talking to Choriza, this is a branding challenge. And so I think if I was any of the queens, I would hear that and I would immediately be like, okay, what is my brand and how can I make it part of this drag world? And I definitely think some teams did better than others, but I really wish everybody had really paid attention to that part. You are muted, Lana.
And I am talking at the same time, but it's cool. I said I agree. I agree with you. I think if people were to listen to the brand aspect, because this was a branding challenge, we would have gotten maybe better, but I don't know. So then we go into the rehearsals or the run through with Michelle, and they have to do it. They just got to go in there and do it. And some people's time was smoother and, okay, here we go. I'm going to do this. Smooth, move on. We go and do this. We'll go and do this. And they kind of hit their marks with with a good pace and ended in time, had no time or whatever. The first group, Tia and Marina and Keta. Is it Keta or Keta? Keta. Right. Okay. So Keta, they were gone, and Marina's pretty much went fine, and Tia's went fine. Then we got to Keta, and hers was a little interesting to say the least. It was like metamorphosis and whatever she was saying, and that was what she was focused on. She was focusing so much on this metamorphosis.
Metamorphosis.
And then and rolling around on this paint, with the paint and with the Brit crew, and I was like, What does any of this mean?
I feel like I feel like she was still unsure what she wanted to do for this whole maxi challenge. So I think she's kind of like, you know what? Let me do something that's like kind of me, but like I think she's like, oh, I'm gonna make this up and make it work because I think you can tell she was unclear, still unsure. Like before, like after the talk reveal, she was still unsure what she wanted to do. And unfortunately, as kind of like, most like, let's do this weird painting shit over the floor, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think it was like an afterthought. So
Yeah, I just got the impression that this had to do with the culture in Amsterdam, especially with how Rue reacted, like saying, "Oh, I've been to Amsterdam. I've been there." And so I think she was just like, "Okay, let me lean into all the weirdness of
yeah,
Amsterdam."
yeah.
Um, but the problem is not all of us really know what Amsterdam is like. So you have to kind of bring us in a little bit, and you can't just like let it loose like that without any sort of context because it was a little confusing. You're muted, Lana.
I keep going back to doing too many things at once and forget to unmute myself.
You're pulling a Keta right now. You're doing way too much.
Way too much. I'm doing way too much.
I see you about to roll in some paint.
I'm about to roll in paint. I was about to talk in my deepest voice, and I was about to, start making weird French noises as well because I can't stop doing that. But yeah, so Keta was doing a lot. Then we move on to Jombers and Legrand and Hannah, and their theme is a little all over the place, in my opinion. I was like, what is this? I was very confused about what was going on.
It was like 3 different locations and make it into one. All I know is like a whole like a theme park place, like it's a different attraction. Like I was kind of confused with what they were trying to give. But I would say out of that, I think Hannah was the most prepared and the most thought of concept. I think was the most prepared, most thought out concept. It was so Hannah, it was so Kim, and she did good. I like what Hannah did with hers. When it came to La Grande Dame, I think I think majority of her, I think her stuff would have been good, but I think she just kept on slipping and slipping, messing up every single time, and her taking like messing up everything to like majority of the time for everybody else. So, and unfortunately, it just didn't like. Also, she was kind of mumbling, so we was not sure what we was trying to say. Even when it came to the actual thing, like I had to put on subtitles to kind of see like what are you trying to say? You know what I mean? Like it was still kind of mumbling. So you can tell she was just like, oh, I'm fucking up. It was kind of like a pen. And then Jombers, even though she didn't have, I give her props for getting it done with that short amount of time, but it still wasn't good what she was trying to do. I was very confused. I was kind of like, I don't know. I don't know what she was trying to do. It was confusing too, like with the bread. Like I was not sure. It was kind of like, what is going on? I felt like Hannah was the most prepared, and the other two was kind of like all over the place.
Michelle was like, "Are you gonna chew the bread?" I thought that was
right.
She's like, "Oh."
I was like, what is going on? I was very confused, but I was like, maybe I'm supposed to be confused. Am I don't know. I feel like I was very confused, and it wasn't in a good way. But then we got the group of Choriza,
Scarlet and Gothy.
Jesus, have mercy my head. Too many names to remember. Choriza, Scarlet, and Gothy. And theirs was pretty clear. Theirs was like straight, like I understood where they were going. They were like, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. She's going to do this. She's going to do this. I'm going to do this. And we go play off and make it work. And I was like, okay. I know what I know what the concept is. Now, how is it going to work? That was my thing. I was like, how are you all going to make it work? They seem to work pretty smooth. I feel like the only group that had a lot of trouble was the group with Legrand, because Legrand Dame took a lot of time, and Hannah and Jombers had to literally rush through their scenes. and rushed to what they were trying to do because they didn't have time, because the Grande Dame took half of the time. Pretty much most of the time was like, okay, you got 14 minutes between the two of you. You're like, wait, what?
Michelle was like, are you going to do a second take? When Jombers said a line and kind of like it didn't come out right.
Like,
but Jombers just went on to the next thing. I was like, okay, I can't wait to see how these turn out.
No,
right.
I was like, I would do it again, but like I don't have much time. I will all my stuff in because Grande Dame took most of the entire time. Her messing up every single take, so we just gotta keep on moving. I don't care. I think I don't know where, but I think it's gonna be funny. So let's keep going.
Right, we just gotta keep it moving at this point. It was like I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. We just got to keep it moving. But yeah, they kept it moving. They did what they had to do, and yeah, that was that. So the next day in the workroom, we have conversations going on, and I'm going to let you, David, start talking about the workroom stuff, because I remember the conversation.
Yeah,
it was definitely some good
you.
conversations about it, and I do remember it. I just want to have to do something else real quick, so I'm going to let you talk.
Yeah, this is interesting because when we have queens from all over the world, we get to hear them talk about what queer culture is like in their specific countries, and how receptive their country is to queer people. So I think Marina was one of the first people talking about the struggles of being queer in the Philippines, which just kind of surprised me, because anytime I think of the Philippines, I'm like, okay, they get such a big drag culture. They have so many gay bars. They have multiple drag shows. So when she was saying that there's not protection for queer people in the Philippines, I was like, oh, okay, that kind of surprised me. But I guess that makes sense, especially watching Drag Den this week. We heard about the Soji bill that Russia Fox brought up. So I'm like, okay, just because they're able to express themselves doesn't mean that they're going to be protected. So I was glad she brought that up, because I think I take for granted how acceptable it is to be gay in the Philippines.
Absolutely. I was like, oh, okay. I too was not that like aware of how, even though we know how bad it is here in America, we really are very much like, this is what our mind is stuck on us. Like, sure, we know other cultures and other places, but usually we can just see what's around you and in the environment that we're in. And we know how bad it is for queer people here in America. And we know how bad it is for, people who are quote unquote not normal. But it's like hearing other people in other cultures, their stories, and sometimes how extreme it is. Like we heard from Legrand, who was talking about that, how they literally got beat up very close to coming to film the show, and went to the police, and the police did nothing, did absolutely nothing. And it's like, why are we still doing this? Why are we, it bothers me. It bothers me that we have to still go through the nonsense, and people just can't mind their business. But whatever. I just get annoyed.
Yeah.
And I will jump on the soapbox, so I'm not going to do that.
Go look at our other podcasts, because we've gotten on plenty of soapboxes about this. But yeah, it was sad hearing about La Grande Dame she had to leave Nice as a result of this, because the cops like, this stuff happens all the time. There's nothing we can do. So that would just feel so hopeless. And I'm glad she got away from that, but there's still, I'm sure, plenty of queer people in Nice and other areas that have to go through that. And it's really sad.
Right. Nobody should have to leave their home because the police are saying, it happens all the time and there's nothing we can do. What do you mean there's nothing you could do? It should be something you could do. But no, it's nothing they could do. That's so ridiculous. Anyway, So we get those conversations, and it's like, I hate that for them. I hate that anybody has to go through any of that because of them just trying to live their own life. So, but we get those conversations, and then it's pretty much right to the runway. And we are going to jump right into the runway. And we have our judging panel. What are we thinking about these looks? We got Miss Kim Petras in the house, y'all.
Hey, Kim Petras.
I mean, they all look amazing. They all look beautiful. Everyone's looks tonight.
Yeah, they do. I think I like this better than I remembered RuPaul's look here, because I was like, oh, okay, this is actually really good. I did notice she had a pretty clear nude illusion right in the center there.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell it from here, so maybe that helps her out. I do think Michelle looks good, but a little matronly. But overall, everybody looks good.
Everybody looks good. I was like, okay, work. And I was excited to see Miss Kim Petras in the house. I was like, all right.
Yes.
Good to see you, girl. And she was excited to be there, and everybody was just excited to have her. So it was good. I was like, work. I think Ru looks good here. I think this is, I'm not a fan of the wig too much, but the dress I think works for me. But anyway. We're going to move into the runway because that was what first. And the category is reveal yourself. Yeah, that's it. Reveal yourself. And I'm not sure if this is the order that they walk the runway, so I'm not sure, but we'll figure it out. Mm-hmm. Up first is La Grande Dame.
So far, this is the order. So we'll see if it keeps up that trend. But yeah, I thought La Grande Dame looked very pretty in this. Like, this is a very gorgeous look. I really like what's going on with her hair here. That's just kind of an interesting touch. It looks like there's kind of like a floral arrangement going on there. And then her reveal was so stupid. I love how much she's leaning into the comedy in this season. World piss. This is not what I expected when I was going to get a reveal, but yeah, she sure did reveal herself. I thought it was a very cute concept. Is it my favorite look she's had this season? No, but I still thought it was effective, especially for this theme.
I mean, oh my god, this bitch is such a comedic fucking genius, and I fucking live. I live. Like, she is such a genius comedic genius. Like I like, she used to be studied. Like, her doing comedic stuff for fashion is such a, like, it's comedy gold. Like, I was like, word pissed. I was like, you know what? You better go somewhere. But all the garment was beautiful. I loved everything. Looked beautiful. She looked gorgeous. And I'm not personally very favorable she has broad, but it's still a beautiful, strong look. And I think she is a really good, like, she's very good with looks. So I'm not worried about her in the look department. So, but this was such a genius move for like a reveal.
Mm-hmm. I thought the reveal was very cute. I was like, oh, girl, you stupid. You're dumb. In the best possible way, you're dumb. I loved it. I thought the dress was beautiful. It was a good dress. It was perfect for the reveal that she had. It was so unexpected. Like, I didn't expect that. I'm like, what is she going to, I'm waiting for the dress to come off to reveal something else. When she just, I was like, okay, girl. Performance, you ate this one up. You ate one down on this performance and let that sink in. I'm just like, it's sinking in with me. You ate that up. But is it, like, I agree with you. Is it my favorite look from La Grande? No, but it's still so good. But her bar is so super high. You can't really go wrong. So this is good for me. Scores.
I gave this an 82.
I gave this a 90. I still like it though. It's a 90 for me.
I gave it a 91. I was like, because if you go put the performance with this and this beautiful dress and how her mug is mugging, period. Yeah, good. Up next, Miss Marina Summers. I got thoughts. I'm mad, but yeah, go ahead, David.
Well, I will officially say we are not going in order anymore, and that's okay.
Okay.
I really love this concept. So I I always think of one of my absolute favorite looks in Drag Race Italia is a volcano look, but Marina did something completely different. I love that she would pull out rocks and it would just jet out some lava with it. I thought that was so genius. I'm like, okay, this is already like really getting me. I love that as a reveal. And she looked so good. But then when she took it off and then revealed into this dress and that crown, I was like, please let that be the crown of the winner right now because it was so good. I'm just going to make it clear now. There are some good reveals in here. This was by far my favorite look of the night. This was so good. And this is why I'm just so happy that the world is getting to know Marina, whom I love so dearly.
Mm-hmm.
That's my bitch, you know. Period. Yes. Oh my god. Marina never fails to amaze me in anything. Like, I love you, girl. Like, this is everything. Like they did like with the rocks, like coming out like lava, like like volcano. Like, it was very genius in the reveal into the beautiful gown. Beautiful. I love the sequins, the gown, that's the color combo, the hair, the makeup, the headpiece. Perfection tonight. We're done. Perfection.
I love this. And here's my thoughts. I have problems because I don't feel like they gave her the flowers and the props that she deserved for this look. I was like, why y'all trying to downplay like Marina ain't just come out and just slay y'all with this look? She was pulling rocks of lava out of her dress and the lava was just pouring down this dress. Then to reveal a whole lava dress just slinkily on her body, just perfectly fit. Like, baby, this was the sexiest thing I have ever seen. Oh, somebody reveal. I was just like, oh, and I'm trying to be quiet because I have a roommate. I can't be so loud. But oh my gosh, this is so, it was so stupidly beautiful. I was like, why they trying to downplay this dress like it wasn't the most beautiful thing they have ever seen? Because this is the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. And Marina, girl, I am such a stan. Such a stan. Ugh, scores.
That is a full cup.
Full cut number 2.
Ooh. Wait. I think. Panel full of full cup. Panel full of full cup. Oh my god. I'm not finna play a Marina Summers face. Not this time. Not me. Full cup duh, mother 8. Period. Next, Miss Tia Coffee.
Okay, Tia Coffee. I'm trying to. So I do like this overall. My main issue is that first reveal was so quick. It was immediate. It was like blink and you miss it. But I did like it as a concept. So she's going for different RuPaul looks here, I guess. So it's a little bit kiss assy, which nothing wrong with that.
She knows who her judge is.
Lex Noir London would approve. But yeah, overall, I thought she looked pretty good. Yeah, I like the wig reveals too. It's not my favorite of the night, but she looks very, very good.
I want to say I'm really proud of Tia. Like, she has glowed. That's what she's in. Actually, if you think about it, it's kind of a callback to season 2. Actually, I remember it was Girl Girls. I remember they just read her for her ice cream. She was like, okay, that's what RuPaul was on her thing. She's like, RuPaul was like, you know what? If I could get 50 of my people to put 50 of my people just to glam you up. You know what you look like? What? She was like, me. You would look like me. So it's kind of like, oh, let me do RuPaul. Because RuPaul said, I look like her, and it'll like glam me up for a bit. So I love a callback to like her reference from her season where RuPaul's like, you know what, baby, you like you're basically like me, like you look like a version of me. So I kind of like that. So the first look, I wish she would have cut on longer. I know It's that look RuPaul wore on season 9. I think that was her season 9 promo look that she wore. I can recall it. And then everything else, it was cute. It was clean. So I'm very proud of Tia's package so far. Her runway has been like her glow that has been amazing. The looks have been beautiful. So she's definitely. I'm very proud of her. She has been really getting better, and the glow is real. Like this is redemption for sure. This is redemption.
I like this look. I thought Tia looked so pretty in it. I agree with you about the first reveal. I was like, it's too quick. But after that, I liked all the other reveals. When she took that wig off and she just said plop on the floor, I was like, dang, that's a heavy wig. But yeah, because she had another wig underneath it and had to hollow it out. It's big. But I liked it. I thought Tia looked great in every look. And she kind of ate in this last look. Like this last look, I was like, work.
Definitely the best.
The best. And she was so confident, and it showed it. Like she oozed confidence and sexiness when she was just like standing there, just like, yep. I was like, you work. She used her long limbs for good because it was so good. It was so good. I really like this one, Tia. Scores.
I gave her a 73.
I gave her a 87 for Tia.
That's what I gave her.
Okay.
Oh!
That's exactly what I gave her. Up next is Miss Scarlet Envy.
Ooh, Scarlet.
I don't want to be the one, but I gotta be the one. Not gonna lie, is it me? I'll take no shit, but I don't know. I'm not impressed with her runway package this season so far.
It's not her best year.
I was like, Michael, I was kind of like disappointed. I like kind of expected so much more for like Scarlet Envy. Like these Scarlet Envy, like, we supposed to be like the runway girl. So I was kind of like, it was kind of like just simple. Like I expected you to kind of go beyond that. Cause I've seen you go beyond with runways, and it has been amazing. Like talk about like your redemption look from All Star 6. That was like next level fierceness in your promo. I was kind of like, so I'm very kind of like disappointed that she would come on a runway like this. I mean, she looks beautiful, but I'm kind of like, it's underwhelming from what I've seen for Scarlett or what I know what she can do for me personally.
Yeah, I agree. This was by far my least favorite of the reveal looks. And yeah, she does have a high standard from other seasons. I think one of my bigger issues was that I wish she had padded at least a little bit because she just looked like a beanpole in this. And I did think it was funny when the judges were like, oh, so your reveal was, oh my gosh, the lining of the jacket matches the dress. It's like, yep, that's all there was to it. And furthermore, I really don't like this wig. It looked like I love a good draggy big wig, but it looked like it was holding on by a prayer. It looks like it was about to flop over any second. She's very lucky she didn't have to lip sync in this because it would have been just drooping all over her face.
I think it was all right. It was like, all right, it's the white coat. And I got, like I said, I am the coat. She's the coat. Like the reveal is she's the coat because it looks like when she whipped it open.
I didn't get that.
Everything was just there. Like she was the coat. And so I was like, oh, so your reveal is you're the coat? Got it. I agree with you about the hair. Not a fan of it. It's something about that top for that middle part scoop up. I'm not a fan of. But yeah, it was all right. It wasn't nothing spectacular. It probably, I don't know. I'm thinking it's almost my least favorite, but I'm not sure.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
It's not even close for me. We talked about my second least favorite, which was Tia, and I liked that one. Oh. So I'm curious. But for my score, I gave this a 54. Ooh. Hey, Studio 54. There we go. KaMorian?
I'm sorry.
What's your score?
I'm gonna have to give it like a 70.
70?
She still looks beautiful, but it just underwhelmed me, so I'm gonna give it a 70 for Scarlett. Sorry.
Yeah, I gave her a 71 because I was like,
I'm the bad
guy.
guy.
Horrible. It's just not nothing too super exciting. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, Miss Jombers Blonde.
Yeah. So Jombers is another one that did that reveal so quick. So quick. I wish we had gotten to see that first look a little bit longer. Because I do like that kind of pastel rainbow. Like we don't usually see that kind of rainbow type of look. But I do think this was a very clever concept here. She's leaning into the Irish. She knows that Rue loves that part about her. So yeah, having the rainbow turn into a pot of gold. I thought that was really clever. And it's a really good look underneath. The look underneath is by far better than the first look. Yeah, she just like, and it's not even like too big over the top, but it's still very effective. But you know what my favorite part is? That wig. I love that wig. I love how it's styled and shaped, and then it has a little crown on the top there. I really like that wig, and I didn't notice it until they were doing the critiques, and that's when I really appreciated it and had to bump up my score a little bit.
Yeah, I'm very proud of John Bird. Like she actually, you know, like she actually did step up her rowing game. Like she sure she was, and the proof was in the pudding. Like just actually, like probably like the best she's looked. Like personally, so like when she revealed to like that gold look dripping, like the hair and the garment, it was just beautiful. So I'm very proud of her for really actually really and glowing up for her season. So a definite glow up for her season has been reached. So definitely, I'm so proud of her far as looks now, because you know, last UK4, you know, we saw them runways, but it did get better. Like we had like one amazing good look. I was kind of like, oh, I see potential from you, but definitely it's kind of like a whole 360 as far as like her package. So I'm very proud of her. Beautiful look.
I'm a fan of this whole look. I like the rainbow look, and then I like the gold look. I thought the rainbow look was a different type of rainbow look. It's not the typical rainbow that we usually see, so it wasn't very like, oh, okay, another rainbow into the pot of gold. But I thought this concept was so good, and I thought this look was good. I enjoyed this look. I like the runway, the rainbow. I do agree. I wish you would have kept it on a little longer because it was very pretty. I think she should have got to the end of that runway with the dress on intact and then took it off. Like give us some walks with that and then took it off. It just felt too quick. But I do love the wig. I do love the gold. I think it's just a really good look for her. I enjoyed it. Scores.
I gave her an 84.
I gave her a 89.
I gave her an 87.
Okay.
Miss Anaconda.
Yes, Anaconda. I do think the first look, the Pope look, it was in a desperate need of a steaming. And I saw people steaming their looks in this episode. So somebody should let her borrow theirs because it was definitely a bit wrinkly. She goes from a Pope to a showgirl. I'm not sure I understand the whole concept here. I mean, I guess it's two pretty big extremes there, but I do like the showgirl look. Like this kind of reminds me of something Mother Bumpa would wear. But yeah, I definitely like the showgirl look better. Overall, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, so Hannah, yeah. I actually like that Hannah did like two different looks. So I would say I like it was two different looks what she did. So the Pope, yeah, I also like what she did. I mean, it's a cute, like, you know, showgirl look. You know, it's cute on her. She looks beautiful. Yeah, but it was very cute. But I love the fact that she did like two completely like different looks from each other, which I like about it. But overall, it was a cute concept. It was cute.
I mean, I don't know what the concept was. I'm
Right.
not sure it was a concept. I just know it was very two, like you say, very two contrasting looks. It was a
Yes.
Pope to a showgirl. And it was like, okay, what is the parallel between these two? I don't know. But you know what? Maybe it ain't for us to know. That was all playing in Hannah's world, and we are just living in it and get to watch what Hannah decides to show us. And, you know, I think I like the showgirl look more. I think the Pope look is all right, steaming needed, but it's all right. I've seen better Pope looks on Drag Race. I've seen better Pope looks, so it was all right. But the showgirl look was much better, and I like the little fascinator hat that she has with it. Her makeup looks good. Hannah is someone who always confuses me every time she goes from drag to out of drag. I'm like, you are a full transformation person. Like, you don't look the same in drag that you look out of drag. It's so different. But I'm still trying to figure out Hannah. I don't know Hannah. Because everybody loves Hannah, and I
love Hannah.
I want to be like, oh, I love Hannah. I just don't know. I feel like I'm still trying to figure out who Hannah is for me, but I think this is a cute look for her, and I like it. I like it. Mm-hmm. Scores.
I gave her a 79.
I gave her a 83 for Hannah.
I gave her 75. I think it's good, solid. Up next is Miss Keta Minaj.
Yeah, so this was my second favorite after Marina. I just really love when there's like just gender effery, and she really leaned into that. That first look with the suit was so cool. I love how it's structured with the like high shoulders. And then it revealed into this flowy dress. I don't even know how to describe it. It was very unique looking. It did have a lot of nude illusions, which is not my favorite, but I thought the colors were so beautiful. And she's somebody that every week so far, I've liked her on the runway, but then when they show her getting critiques, they show a lot of close-ups of her, and the details in her wigs are insane. Like I've never seen from anybody else. Like this week and last week, just every strand of hair had its own specific color. And I was like, this is a gorgeous wig. And I know Lana had to have loved this wig. But yeah, this was my second favorite for sure.
Yes, I really love this look for her. Just the gender fuck, like you said, just the contrast from just giving like the gender fuck into the like just beautiful elegance on the runway. Like the color combo was very clean, polished, and she just looked gorgeous every time. So also another look queen as well. I love her looks on her original season. And to me, I'm very happy that she's on the season. I feel like, we put Holland Queens in the box because of how the show was, and how production, how the stability of what Holland was. But like think about it, like just like the queens from Holland are like some of the best queens from this franchise because the drag there, the level of drag, the talent, it's actually amazing. So it is a shame that we put Holland in this box. You know what I mean? But far as that, it was a beautiful look for Keta. So I'm kind of glad she's getting flowers. And hopefully in the future, you know what? Holland can come back. I feel like, there is some more Holland Queens of talent. For sure.
Yeah, I think Keta is this look is stunning. It's stunning. I of course you know me, it's purple. Duh. Loving the purple. But I do feel what you mean about that second. Is it second week? Her second week, because that's the first week she had on, and then took it. That second week was everything. It was good. It was good. I was like, yeah, work. You can't go wrong with this. I think I loved how she changed from the suit into this gown, and she gave us gender, like I said, gender blending, and just I thought it was good. I felt like, again, I don't feel like the judges gave her the props that she deserved for this amazing look. But scores.
So I gave this look an 85.
Oh, I gave this a 94 for Keta.
I gave it a 93.
You said 94, KaMorian?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I gave it a 93. Up next, we have Miss Choriza May. And yes, David, I definitely took care of it.
You sure did.
I always make sure to take care of that. That's what I was doing throughout the beginning of the episode while I kept away, because I was like, oop, I forgot. because I knew I had to do that.
That makes sense.
Yes, Miss Choriza, you made us have to blur. We're trying to get monetization going on this here channel.
But we're keeping some bush for you, apparently.
I mean,
that's fine, I'm sure. Yeah, it's a swimsuit bottom for sure. No, so yeah, when this first came out, I'm like, oh, a Marge, because I've seen so many like Marges in drag, Marge Simpsons. I haven't seen a lot on Drag Race, to be honest, but I've just like, if you look through Instagrams of drag queens, you're bound to find a Marge somewhere. So at first when she came out, I'm like, oh, okay. I wish you had done something more you. But what I liked about this and where she won me over was she was like, oh, I'm not going to do a reveal. I'm going to do many reveals. So yeah, they were sure a lot of like small things that she was doing, but she would take off a piece here, take off a piece there. And even when I thought it was over, it was not. She revealed into full Marge boobs and Marge bush. So I thought it was pretty cute overall. Like it was not my favorite on the runway, but I thought that she really delivered it the best she could have. So yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, I like this look. It was very camp. I love the whole Marge Simpson concept. I mean, I love her makeup and the hair. I love her makeup and the hair. It's beautiful. The first outfit, it was cute. I mean, the last one, it was some titties and a little Marge bush, but you know what? I liked it. It was camp. I liked it.
What are you talking about? That's a swimsuit bottom.
Swimsuit.
Oh, it is?
Hairy swimsuit bottom.
It's a swimsuit bottom. KaMorian for monetization purposes.
Oh yeah. She was wearing swimsuit and panties. Yes, her little swimsuit tucks. Yes, her little swim. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cute. What can you say? It's Marge Simpson. It's cute. It's funny. It's campy. It's super silly. And yeah, I liked it. Scores.
I gave it I gave the Merkin of it all an 80.
I gave it an 83.
I'm in the middle. I gave it 81. Yep. All right. And up next is Miss Gothy Kendoll.
Yeah, I thought this was cute. I like seeing like the more camp side of Gothy this season. Well, because we didn't get to see much of her first season. But I really like this feels like an aesthetic that just works for her. It's pretty Barbie. It's like a doll. Ken doll. There we go. It's a doll. But yeah, I thought it was a cute reveal. And then you see the little baby breasts, baby face breasts. Oh, imagine if it was Babyface, the R&B singer.
Ooh,
that would have been
cute.
The next layer.
Thoughts.
Right. But overall, yeah, I thought this was good. This was probably in my top half of looks tonight.
Yeah, I like this look. I'm very happy to kind of, I'm very glad, we get to see more of Gothy. I feel like she's really kind of just taking taking it all in. I think and also I think for each episode we kind of see her confidence come out even more, which I love. So I'm very happy that she's growing as a person throughout this whole process too. And as far as the runway, I liked it. It was very camp. I loved, the little baby faces at the little top. It was cute. I liked it. It was a cute concept, and I enjoyed it. And she had fun with it too. Absolutely. I know, yeah, but her stiff walk, we had to deal with, it's getting there. It's still stiff, but we still love your look. We love it. We love you, Gothy. Roar.
Roar, indeed. So I liked the look. I thought it was a good look. I thought it was funny. I thought the concept was cute. I think Gothy looks amazing in this. I thought it was like, this is not what I expected from Gothy Kendoll. When you have a name like Gothy Kendoll, I was like, everything is going to be doing is goth. And we have not seen Gothy since she's been here. Like, we have not seen Gothy Kendoll.
That's never been her aesthetic, though.
That's never been, okay, because that's what I expected, because when I hear the name, I'm like, okay, I didn't know. And I don't know Gothy, and apparently nobody knows Gothy because she was gone first episode of her season. So we don't know what to expect from Gothy. And I'm very happy to see this is what we get, and I appreciate this. I thought this look was good. I love the concept. I thought she looked beautiful in it. So, scores.
I gave her an 81.
Yeah, I get this an 89. I like this coffee.
I gave it an 85. So, good on you, Gothy Kendoll. Good on you. So, there's that. We did all that. We come to the runway. Oh, no, not the runway because we
Yeah, I was about to say we still need to.
Still got something else to do because absolutely we still got something else to do. After we get the runway, they come with its lineup, and Ruth says we have to see the drag world, drag race world. So we get to see the finished products of Drag Race World. And up first, we saw Marina Summers with Tia Kofi and Keta Minaj. We talked about it a little bit, but we can go into what we thought about what they looked like and what we thought about their performance.
Yeah, I'll go first on this. I'll be pretty brief about this. This seemed pretty chaotic, this group. Honestly, I think they could have judged these as groups. I don't know that they needed to judge as individuals. For me, this would have been the safe group. It almost seemed like Keta and Marina were doing a completely different thing than what Tia was doing. But Tia was leaning into the branding, which was very smart. I just wish it was more cohesive because I did think like Keta was a little bit unhinged. I didn't hate it like the judges seemed to. I was entertained by it. I was getting the madness of Amsterdam from it. And I did think Marina was better, but not by a lot, honestly. Like this was not my favorite week I've seen of Marina ever. So maybe this was a little uneven as a group, but overall, I didn't think anybody did horrible.
Yeah, I think overall it was like a decent, good overall maxi. I think it would have been saved just by teams. I think for me, Marina, I think she didn't do like a branding advertising thing for her season. I believe. Yeah, I don't think she did one for her season for a branding.
Oh yeah, they did. Remember because we had the whole branding thing, the brigading ding ding.
Oh, I meant I find like the challenge kind of. I think for Brigadine was it was just like
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, but as far as like like a challenge, I think they did it on her season. But I think Marina actually did very good. It was for me for her first ever branding challenge. It's a very good one. I think she has room to grow. I think it was very like one note for Marina, but it was still good. Like she actually gave like energy. Like she was very like I like what she was doing. Yeah, Keta was unhinged. I mean, I get what she was trying to do for it. I just think the judges didn't get it. I think it's probably gonna be an issue for Keta when it comes to her humor because sometimes we might think it's funny, but you know, everyone has their own taste of humor. So it's not like if judges don't like it, you know, it's not gonna go good for you. But I thought it was funny. I still cackled. You know, it's kind of like I don't know what this is, but I'm living for it. That's funny. And then Tia did a very good job. Like she did exactly what the challenge was called for with the branding. You know, call back to her season. So it was very clean and cute for her. So
yeah,
overall, decent. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought this was a good. They did okay. I agree with everything I said. Keta was a little unhinged and weird, and you know everybody don't get her sense of humor, but she thought it was hilarious, and I did laugh with her for some of it. It was like, okay, girl, that's funny, but I want to know what that meant for her brand. What is that for your brand? It had nothing to do with her brand because she's like that dark humor or that dark queen. And I want to see more of that as her brand. Like, tell me what her brand is. And Marina, I thought she did okay. I thought she did good. It was, but it was just like, what's your brand though? I know you're Filipina. We got that. But is that your brand? I'm Filipina. And if that's the brand, say that. Like, like I need you to say it was fine. I think Tia was the one, but we saw that when they were coming up with the concept of that Tia was kind of like, y'all, we might want to go more on the branding side of it. And they were like, we like this concept. So she was like, all right, you know, if you want to do, I'm just saying we should do some brand. And she was like, well, this is what I have. And this is what I think I want to do. And they were like, well, we're going to do this. And you do that. And they were like, okay. And it showed because Tia was the one I remembered the most out of this group. And the one I was like, yes, I know what her brand is. She was like, I have grown up from my first season. And now I'm here with this glow up. And I'm going to show you how you can glow up too. Like, it made sense to me. And I was like, okay. But yes, I agree. If they judged it in groups, this would absolutely be the safe group. Absolutely be the safe group.
And I do want to point out something I noticed, especially during the rehearsals. It seemed like the ones that were struggling the most during rehearsals were the ones who are from franchises that are not English-speaking franchises.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there is something to be said about queens who don't speak English every day, and they have to translate their own humor into English and hope it works. So I think that did serve as a challenge for some of them. And considering all of that, I thought all of the non-English speakers did fairly well.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Up next, we had the group of La Grande Dame and Conda and Jombers Blonde.
Clearly the top group. No, I'm kidding. No. They were definitely the worst group for me. But I think we might not all agree on this group because I did have a standout. I had one person that I actually kind of liked and I actually kind of laughed at, and that was La Grande Dame. I just thought her French characters, yeah, they were hard to understand, but I thought that was kind of the point. Just the whole transformation she had into those characters, I thought was very funny. For me, Hannah, I easily could have seen her in the bottom because hers was just pure madness. Like, I do not understand what she was doing at all. Like, she was doing funny things, but there was no cohesion there. So I think she got very lucky to be safe. And Jombers was just boring. Like, I was listening to her, but I was just not retaining anything she was saying. And she just did not deliver it in a way that piqued my interest at all. And she was probably stressed about not having a lot of time. But yeah, I do think Jombers easily was one of maybe the worst person. Yeah, Jombers was the worst in this challenge, if anybody, I think.
Yeah, we said like it was just by like groups. I think this would have been the bottom team. But I think La Grande Dame, what she did, it was funny. But for me, I just couldn't understand what she was trying to say. If it was intentional, it just didn't really translate. And I can see why. So when it came to critiques, I was one of the critiques, like it didn't translate clearly on what she was doing. But like, what the whole thing, her whole thing about France, it was cute. I liked what she was doing. I laughed, but it just didn't translate to the judges, and it just didn't like kind of like predict it well. I actually like Hannah's personally. So I mean, I like how chaotic it was because I think that just is who Hannah is, chaotic. Like, I remember, I think I watched some under a commercial. It was very like the same thing. And I think RuPaul did say trying to like like the chaos, like the cookie chaos that you are as a queen. So I get what she was doing. So it translated for me personally. But it's how's everyone else feel. Jombers, I agree. It was one note. It was boring. It wasn't no impact. I didn't move. I just stayed still in my seat. It was no like. It just like it was just there. She was there. Sadly. Oh, I mean, poor thing, but she was just there, unfortunately. And she was one of the worst, sadly. Her jokes didn't land like she wanted to.
Yeah, I kind of agree and disagree, like with both of you, because like I agree with KaMorian about La Grande. I didn't understand it. I just think it just didn't translate to me either, as what like it didn't translate to the judges. I was like,
translated to Kim Petras.
I mean, it was more what I mean. I laughed at what I thought was funny was more so her voice, like when she was,
yeah,
that made me laugh. But the joke she was saying didn't make me laugh. Like that one character when she was standing with just the tights on and the shirt and no pants, and I was like,
with the mustache,
right? I was like, what are you saying? Like the character, hilarious. I'm like,
yes.
Okay. But what are you saying? Like, And if it was intentional for it to be mumbles, and it was just like what like French people do,
it was like Pink Panther,
which is fine. But
Martin.
I'm like, but what are you saying? Like, at least let me know what you're, I don't know. It didn't translate to me. Where I was like, oh, this is so funny. But I didn't think it was horribly, horribly bad. I just thought it was just not as funny as I would like it to be. I also think Hannah was giving us who Hannah is. Hannah's brand, and RuPaul told her in the workroom, that laugh of yours, girl, like that's her thing, and that's what makes Ru laugh. And you got to know your judges, and Hannah knew her judges. So she literally was just like, I'm going to take what Ru thinks is funny, and I'm going to just do it over and over and over again. And she cackled in the phone. She cackled at the sheep. She cackled at any object that she could find. And she just, and do you know who was laughing their head off? RuPaul. And that is why she was safe, because she listened to what Ru said, who is the judge, and she did it. And a lot of those judging panels, they take their cues from Ru. If Ru laughing, they laughing. And so she was perfectly safe. And Jombers, she was there. And that's it. That's it. She was there. Full time. But last but certainly not least was the crew of Scarlet, Gothy, and Choriza. Best group, for sure.
Agreed.
They went through their plan. It was clear, it was concise, and they applied it perfectly. It was like, here's intro with Scarlet, go into the makeup with Gothy, rawr. Then we go into Choriza. Well, we go on the runway with Scarlet. We can do the lip sync thing. Am I the drama? We got all of that stuff in there, and all the little cliches and all the things that they are known for. And then we go to Choriza with the untucked, and it was funny. And I was like, okay, yeah, you probably should have sent Choriza home because she ate y'all up. This challenge was funny to me, but I thought this was the clear winner. Just concise, very easy to follow, and I laughed the entire time.
I would say, like, I wish Scarlett would have had to look for her reveal. Like, say she had that same runway she did for the runway, and then from that ugly, like from like the simple dress to like the one she's wearing, like that would have been a purple like reveal. And even with the wig too, because I didn't like that wig too, personally, for Scarlett too. Mm-hmm. Like, it would have worked with her real dress. I was like, why? I'm like, why is your dress for the actually trying to put your runway presentation? But she still looked gorgeous anyway. But I think Scarlett really did good. She used her little advertiser, little diploma, a little degree, using a good use
for the first time.
Yeah, and I felt like to me it's kind of like the closest you think, what a drag race world should be. Like, actually, you want like still like have have your own experience of what drag race is like, and I feel like they gave that, like with the whole. And with the lip sync, the makeup, and the untucked, like it felt like an actual kind of like experience, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think Gothy, I had to give props to Gothy. I think Gothy did a very good job for Gothy. The joke actually really landed well. It was very cute. And Choriza, I mean, she's that girl. It actually, it worked this time. And I'm like overall a very strong group for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you all said it. This was by far the best group. What I liked that they did that no other team did was they showed teamwork because they were involved with each other the whole time. And I thought that was very smart. I don't know why everybody else was like, okay, we're going to each have our own section. And they also had their own section, but they were still using the other people.
Absolutely.
So they seem more like a team. And I thought that was successful. Absolutely. I'll be honest though. I think Scarlet and Choriza were equally as good. They were the two standouts for me out of all of the teams. And I think Choriza not being in the top was kind of crazy. Like, I would have had her in the top 2 for sure, but at least in the top 3.
Yeah.
And especially in the top 3 over Gothy Kendoll. I'm going to be honest. I think they wanted Gothy to touch the ball. They were like, everybody's going to get to touch the ball. You get to be in the top this week. Gothy should not have been in the top. Sure, she did have a funny concept putting on the makeup, but I don't even think it translated in an energetic way. Michelle said it the best. She said, your charisma is a 2. And it is like Gothy does not have the star personality that everybody else has. She was much closer to my bottom than my top, honestly.
As far as the performances, absolutely. Because I felt like if the joke that she was going for, she didn't even make it look like, she just looked like she was putting on makeup.
Exactly.
It wasn't the joke you were supposed to be trying to convey was supposed to be raunchy, and that was not raunchy. You weren't making it like, oh no, how? Look at no, you were just like, you just look like a makeup artist, like literally.
They did charity work putting her in the top.
I feel like Gothy is. I feel like Gothy is coming to is being like, you know, how to like. I think not like coming like already like ready and prepared. I think she's still trying to figure out how this is working out, because you can just tell like she like you tell when someone is prepared, as someone's like, you know, I'm here just to learn and improve. And I feel like she just here just to improve and get better at what she does. Because I feel like after like when she was first booed, for sure, I feel like she didn't really get into drag. And then I think when she got the call back, she's like, you know, like, let me see like where I could do better. I feel like since like her time on the show, I think she took a break from drag. And it's like you could tell when someone took a break from drag, and she looked like I took a break from drag, I'm back. So let's see how I'm gonna do this. As I'm like she come back prepared.
Right.
How I see it.
I agree. So we are back with now they're at the front getting results, and we find out that our top 2 of the week are Tia and Scarlet. Oh, I put one more extra T on there. Sorry, Scarlet. See, Scarlet, I put an extra T. Hold on, I'll fix it right now. But it's Tia and Scarlet. They are in the top 2.
And I would have had Scarlet and Choriza, but Tia was my third for sure, so I'm not mad at this at all.
Agreed. I don't know if they wanted to pick the 2 from the same group, but I don't know. But Tia was definitely third for me.
I mean, I'm happy for Tia. I'm happy that she got her first win ever, and so I'm proud of her. And I think definitely I'm so happy to see her redemption. It's like just the first few episodes, like she has just improved tremendously since her season, just to glow up and to see her doing well. And so I'm very happy for her, and I am rooting for you, Tia girl. Hopefully you do win for sure. And I'm happy for Scarlett to get on the win.
Yeah, was this her first win?
No, I think her first break. This is her second overall in 3 seasons. Her first one was her acting. She's 11. I think it was like the movies. I think her and Evie shared a win. That was her first ever win. Right. Yes, this is like her first win, like her first individual win, actually, for herself. So
good on you, Scarlett. But when we have our top, we also have our bottoms, and our bottom 2 was Jombers Blonde and Keta Minaj. And I was like, okay, I guess that makes sense for Jombers for me. Keta was, I guess, it didn't translate, so I guess it's fine.
I mean, yeah, I'm sad, but I mean, at least the Legrand's on the bottom. Who would have known?
Well, if Legrand would have ended up on that bottom, you know they would have took her out.
She would have been Jimbo'd.
She would have been Jimbo'd for sure. You know they would have taken her out of there. And
that would have happened. Oh my God. Twitter would have been uproar.
It would have been insane.
It would have been insane, but I would have understood. I'd be like, y'all, this is a competition, and she was killing it. She gotta go.
I felt how UK one didn't get a big impact because people with Jimbo and Patrona got sent home. I feel like everyone was so mad about that. The Raiders got down. So I feel like, but also it's the game. You can't really match the game. The game is the game. You know, you have an opportunity to see that bitch home who is good. I'm gonna take that chance. It might not look very good on your part, but it's the game. I was signed up to play the game and win. I came to win. Absolutely. So yeah. So I feel like
I don't, Lana, do you know what happened in season 1 of UK versus the World?
I have no idea.
So there were 3 different queens in the first 3 episodes. Each of them had a different turn in the top 2 with like a different combination. All 3 of them. It was Pangina twice, Jimbo twice, and Janie Jacquet twice. And then in episode 3, that's when Pangina sent home Jimbo.
Mm-hmm.
The next week, Pangina got sent home. The next week, Janie Jacquet got sent home.
Wow.
The 3 people that had the first 2 wins all went in a row.
Well, that's how it happens, I guess, when it's like we're trying to get competition out of the game. You got to do what you got to do. And so it made sense. It makes sense.
Yep.
So
I do want to say, before we get too far away from Le Grande Dame, I did mention it a little bit earlier, but Kim Petras, she made the comment, when she was critiquing Le Grande Dame, she said, this was my favorite look and my favorite performance in the thing. And I'm like, come on, girl. I don't agree that it was my favorite performance, but I just respect the hell out of Kim Petras for daring to have her own opinion, because these judges so often, they just have groupthink. They go by whatever the script is, and they all have the similar critiques. If somebody's in the bottom, they all think that they should be in the bottom. And you could tell Michelle was annoyed. They cut to her just kind of like glaring at Kim Petras. How dare you disagree with us?
Time. So I'd be like, I got to disagree with my girl Michelle. Michelle's like, of course she had to disagree with Michelle Visage. Of course with me, bitch. Really?
I mean, everybody is allowed to have their own thoughts, and
it's true.
Exactly. Like Legrand, she like Legrand. It is what it is. But we go backstage, and we have the untalked moments, and we have Jombers and Keta going to talk to Scarlet and Tia. They have their conversations. They're, giving their best pleas of why they should stay, why they deserve to be here, why they want to be here. And Tia and Scarlet have to figure out what they're going to do. So they go to the lipstick, they pull their lipsticks, tuck it in, and they go back out to the room.
Can I say actually one thing? While they were having little moments, you talk about on the rest of the queens, they were asked about who should go home, and Majorina said I would have chose Kia to go home. So that was a whole gag. So everyone's saying pretty much Kia's name.
Yeah. That should make people nervous. Like, even just knowing that everybody's thinking that after she just had a win. Right. So I would be concerned. One of the other things that like stood out to me was when Jombers was talking to Tia about who she's going to keep, and Tia's like, I want to go against the best in the end, so I'm going to keep the best. And then Jombers was like, well, is that me? And Tia's like, I don't think Tia was prepared for her to ask that question.
It's a moment at all. And
she's probably like, I'm trying to keep it vague.
Right, you don't want to tell her, like, girl, you're not the best. And because they have this whole UK thing, and they wanted, I know she didn't want to be like, no, girl, it's not you. It's not you. The best is Keta. I would not be surprised if that's who Tia picked as well.
I just feel like, I think just seeing how they say Keita, I feel like I feel like majority of people is like, you know what? If we don't do one on a challenge, it doesn't matter what your placement is or how. I think I feel like you've been in the bottom too many times, or if you just fail the challenge, I think, you know what, you're going home. I think I should vote you to go home. So I think it doesn't matter if like you have a win or not. If you just don't do on a challenge, it don't pick your lipstick. So I don't know. It's if it's like, you know what, we're gonna be fair, or you know what, she didn't do well this week. You know what, justified, she should go home. So it's unpredictable at this point. We don't know what's going on as far as like strategy and sending people home.
Yeah, and if I'm Tia and I know that there's concerns about a UK alliance, I would want to squash that as soon as possible, so people would not feel threatened by us as a group. And I would show, hey, look, I'm willing to cut the person I think is the worst. Right. So don't cut me in self-defense.
Absolutely. And so we go back to the runway, and we have the lip sync for the legacy, and they're singing a Kim Petras song. I don't know what the song is. I forgot to write it down. But it is a Kim Petras song. I'm sorry, Kim Petras fans. I did not write down what the name of the song.
I can tell you, and no, I can't. I have the wrong file open.
Oh, well, dang.
It started with an N, and it was one word, I think.
Sure. We're going to go with that. But the lip sync happens. Scarlet and Tia do their lip sync. What did y'all think about this lip sync?
I mean, it was an average lip sync. It wasn't impactful. But all tea, no shade. It's not being shady. I mean, they both did. You know what? Scarlet. We know Scarlet is not a dancer, but I would say since season 11. I think she has gotten better. So she is doing more. I'll give her that. I mean, she looked like she was trying to give her all. I mean, Tia was. I think Tia for me personally. I think Tia won it for me. I feel like even though it was kind of like like just like safe average, what she was doing it was very clean, which I love. Like from like when she went to the back on the wall and the little leg move at the end, it was clean. It was safe. You know, what I mean, it wasn't like wow, I'm gay, but it was still like okay, Tia, it's good. Like you're selling me the lip sync. It's a little bit better for me. I feel like Scarlett is kind of more all over the place, but I think she was still giving her all. So,
Now, that was the name of the song. Now,
Now.
So it was one word and started
now.
with an N. But yeah, I actually agree with KaMorian here. I thought it was overall a fine but underwhelming lip sync. Like neither of them really stood out to me too much. I'm not going to remember it a week from now.
Yeah.
But I do think Tia was drawing me in a little bit more.
Mhm.
I personally think that they might have wanted to give Scarlett the win just for the drama of it all. She is the drama, and she already alluded that she's going to cut the bigger competition. So I got spoiled before I watched the episode. But if I had not, I would have been like, oh my gosh, Keta's about to go. Keta's about to go. Because she already said what she was going to do this season. Keta's going. No. But I already knew.
This is just it. So Scarlett wins. It was all right lip sync.
I mean, her first lip sync win, so congrats to her. Her first ever lip sync win ever.
Extra
it was
again.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah.
It was fine. And Scarlett wins, and she decides that she is going to eliminate Jombers Blonde.
No, I was like, she's like, you know what? It was like, I don't think it's, you know what?
Fair.
I don't think it's fair that, you know what, that, you do well on challenge and then, I don't think it's fair that, you want to challenge and you're going to bottom. So for that reason, I'm sorry, Jombers, I can't do this. It's not right. So I'm sending you home.
She literally just said, I just want to be fair.
Yeah. No, literally, it was kind of like, literally when she said, she's like, oh, Jombers going home. She said, Jombers going home. Sorry, I can't do this.
But
also, yeah. Also, I felt like, you know what? I thought she's like, you know what? They're probably not going to be on my ass. I said, I want threats gone. So let me just do this. You didn't see, like, you know what? Yeah, I'm not going for threats. You can try. You can still trust me. You don't doubt me. Don't think I'm being sus or anything. Like you trust me, but keep me.
Yep. She said she was doing it so the other girls would see.
Yeah.
Right. So that's literally what it is, and she wanted to keep it fair, so she sent Jombers home. And Jombers took it well. She thanked everybody and thanked the panel, and she left. And that was that. So, do we have a draft update, David?
We sure do. There was a little bit of a shakeup here. So a lot of the scores are pretty close so far in this draft. But we do have a new person in last place. Dawn has dropped down to last place with 27.5 points. Lana, you are now in 5th place with 28.5
I'm no longer last.
Logan is now 4th place with 29.5 points. And then we jump up a little bit, and Brandon's in 3rd place with 32 points. Ooh, and then 1st and 2nd is close, only divided by a point. But we have a new person in 1st place, which means I'm 2nd now with 37.5 points. And Anissa is leading the draft with 38.5 points. I lost Jombers, and that's what did it for me.
You did. Oh, well, that is that. We are going to get out of here because we got more things to do and more content to make for you guys. So we need to get out of here. But we will be back next week, same time, maybe same panel, different panel. We don't know. We never know on the cup. So you have to join us to find out what we're going to do. We'll be back talking about the next episode of Drag Race UK versus the World. And we would appreciate it if you come back and join us. Hit the notification bell so you know when we go drop the next video, because this one is coming out really soon. Hit the subscribe button while you're here. Hit the subscribe button here. Hit the subscribe button at the Cup TV, and hit the subscribe button over at the Cup ESC. All of those are giving you great content about drag, reality TV, and Eurovision Song Contest. You can also follow us on our socials at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. We put out moments here and there and all over our socials. So check those out as well. We have funny moments, so check it out. Also, you can follow the three of us on our Twitters or Instagram or whatever if you want to, because we cute. We do some things on our stuff, whatever we post. And if you keep scrolling down, you can get your cup merch. Get your cup merch. Not only the cup mug, but all of our cup merch. Check out lanagcreations.etsy.com, and you can get all of the things that you can from us on our thing that we do have merchandise. Anyway, that's it. I'm starting to ramble, so we're going. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
Ha 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 ha.